What are we doing, bro? God. So listen, this video is gonna be just some thoughts and some opinions and things that I have on the whole like Bungie marathon situation scenario as a whole right now. If you've been on the internet in the last like 24, 48 hours, it's been a real dumpster fire to say the least, honestly. Fuck. Just to give some background on the whole scenario, outside of the whole like the game just don't look ready, the game look unfinished type of, you know, what the fuck is this game scenario, we also had an artist come out, I think they go by Anti-Real, saying that a lot of the like logos and assets that they like made and did back in like 2017 was essentially ripped and put into the game. Oh yeah, they were. So that blew up, and then like I think like 12 hours later or something like that, the like marathon Twitter officially, like the official marathon Twitter was like, yeah, this is in. These seem to be like pretty much admitting to like, yeah, these are like rips and they need to do some checks and scrubs to see what else may have been put in. This isn't how we run things, and we will be reaching out to the artist, which apparently they did, you know. I don't think at this time, at least at 11 a.m. the 17th, we don't know anything about like what that looks like between Bungie and Anti-Real. We don't know, but we know it's been ripped. Bungie has owned up to it. They said they've reached out to Anti-Real, right? I think the craziest part about that on Bungie's side is like literally right after this, they had like a Q&A, play AMA, whatever, like a pretty much like Q&A of like for like Joe Ziegler and like some of the like leads on the game, right? God, bro, it's like an episode of The Boys or some shit. Jesus Christ. I didn't really watch, like I watched it, but I watched it like on the way back from a wedding that I went to the night before, at like midnight. That shit was, oh my God, bro. That honestly did not help their case, bro. They props to them when the like video first came on or the stream first started. They like pretty much got that right out the way. They were like, yeah, this happened, we're working on it, yada yada yada, right? And then they went into talking about a bunch of stuff that they like got feedback on for the alpha and what they're like kind of looking to get into for release, things to tackle before release or things like that, right? Which I think I might have to make this like its own video in its entirety, because that what the fuck, yeah. Listen, the stream was a little lots of technical issues, lots of weird echoes and shit, volume issues. They were like kind of like in person / through Discord. It was it felt like a startup like company or project was doing this. Like that's kind of how I'm like if I was to do something, like if I was to make a game or something like that, and then like a bunch of people got interested and I was like, all right, well I gotta like get some people to talk. That's how I felt. Like it felt very like immature isn't the word I want to use, but like it's the word that comes to mind the most. It's like just too much shit going on for like a company of that size or like a event. Even it's like a smaller event, it's not like a big reveal or like a DLC reveal. It's like, yeah, we're going to talk to the devs next things, but it's like, bro, from like how it was set up, why? why was it like that? I don't know. Listen, I don't work for them, so I don't know. I'm just a guy that watches this shit. As someone who has always been interested in like marathon and Bungie, listen, my whole thing was, the whole reason I made a bunch of videos and stuff like that is because like I'm generally interested in the game and a lot of the aspects that were around the game, right? That was my whole point. And yes, the game deserves a lot of criticism, a lot. I am not knocking that shit at all, but my main issue lied in like, well, if someone actually liked the game and wanted to play it or talk about it, they would just like get shit on, or like they were non-existent, because the sheer amount of honestly deserved criticisms, I'm not gonna say deserved hatred, but deserved criticisms. I'm still not a fan of like DOA comments and shit like that. Even in a scenario like this, I'm still not a fan of that, just because that's not how I like to roll with games in a scenario, because I'm always gonna be a fan of like, we need more games. If the game is shitty when it come out and we play it, hey, you know, sure, put it through its paces, talk all the shit you want. But like, I'm just naturally, that's just not me. That's just not me as a person. I can't do the whole like, this game's dead, this game's dead. Listen, do what you want with your money. You know what I'm saying? It's your money. I'm not, it's your money. I'm always gonna be like, that's your prerogative, you know. I got mine, you got yours. Whatever you want to do with it, hey, as long as you ain't hurt nobody or fucking with anybody else or fucking with me, hey, do what you gotta do, right? That being said, obviously, I'm still gonna buy it just because like it's shift for me personally. It's shifting from like, I like this game, you know, I want to see what happens, I want to see what's going on. That's still true for me, but now it's like, what the fuck is this game gonna look like at launch, 6 months from launch, a year from launch, if we make it that far? I don't know. Hey, listen, I'm not, like I said, I'm not like a DOA person or anything like that, but you honestly just don't know. You don't know. A game could be the most hype and come out and fucking die. A game could be an absolute flop and be the biggest thing on the planet a year later. We've seen like a lot of those cases in the gaming industry, so I do not know. And that's generally what is like exciting me the most right now, is like, what is this game gonna look like when it releases? Which that kind of leads me into like another scenario where it's like, some people are like, yo, this game seriously needs to be delayed. I could go either way. Look, if they want to push it back, by all means, push it back. But if they feel like they gotta release it, hey man, listen. Listen. Listen, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. So Tau City GG put out like a little thing after everything that happened recently. Do you think Marathon needs to be delayed? And will he be buying / pre-order when it comes out? Bro, Hollow Tie put it, I think, at a really good point. It was like, I don't know what the right thing to do is at this point. I'd say yes, but I feel like so much has happened in the last month that I don't know if a delay fixes a lot of the problems with public perception. Hundreds of thousands of views and comments are flooding for socials. It's not great. It's not great. It's not great. The public sentiment around this game has always been like here, but like this whole extra shit just like put it through the floor. Put it through the fucking floor, bro. I don't know. If there's justice for the artist, I would buy the game. Love the art style, the gameplay always hits for me. But if there's no real justice for the artist, yeah, like they gotta do something for anti-real, bro. Pay her, hire, something has to be. Like, this one is egregious. And I know people have been talking about like how they have a past of stealing artwork from like the Destiny side of things, with like the whole like Nerf gun debacle, the like trailer stuff. There's a whole bunch of I'm sure someone's put it in this motherfucker, but there's been a whole bunch of details. But hey, I don't know. These comments with like, yo, they gotta scrap it, 100% redesign, cancel it. I do not think that's in the cards, bro. I don't think that's in the cards at all, bro. This one right here is the one that gel with me the most, bro. Delaying probably won't do shit. They just gotta take the L and release it and hope it doesn't bomb, right? I think at that point, listen, because like I said, we've seen games come out and people are like, yo, this is trash, right? And then like they kind of go quiet for like a year or two or whatever, and they like just really buckle down, and then the game turns out to be great. I'm thinking like No Man's Sky, Star Wars Battlefront 2, shit like that, right? Where it came out and people are like, this ain't it, bro. We gotta change this shit now. And they did, and it turned out to be like a really cool game and concept, right? This is where me personally, I think Marathon is kind of gonna be at, if because I don't know. I'm just saying this because I don't know, right? If the game comes out, like the September release happens, the game comes out, and motherfuckers don't pull the plug on it, right? I just don't know. I'm not making these decisions. I'm just a guy that's speculating, right? I'm thinking how it's gonna go is, if they don't delay it, it's gonna come out September. It's probably not gonna be a strong release, especially because it's not free to play and public sentiment, right? That's just, free to play is one thing, right? It's already a barrier to entry. The public sentiment is now a massive barrier to entry. If you've been online at all for this conversation in any atmosphere capacity, you just know that it's not singing high praises, right? So I'm thinking it's going to release very rough for one, because something that I think I'm going to leave for another video. It's just that a lot of the things that they learned from the alpha and that they want to do for the game is either in a really early state or isn't in the game yet. So it seems like one of those scenarios where it's like Marathon's going to launch, like it might launch like in a, alpha or beta state or early access state, right? Which, again, either way is going to take some time for them to like really live up to what the game could be. Again, that like a year, 2, probably even 3-year scenario. I look at it like a Halo Infinite scenario, where Halo Infinite came out, and that's the other way. Halo Infinite came out and it was like up here, and then it just like went down really fast, and then they took a couple years and like did some shit, and now it's kind of like that. Same for like 2042. 2042 was another one where it started off here, and then like the trailers had everybody here, and then that alpha / like beta came out, and then like it dropped bad, and then release came out and it like kind of stayed at the bottom, and then they gave it a couple years, just some stuff and things, and then now it's like it's kind of up here. It's not like where it used to be up here, but it's like, you know, it's kind of here. I think Marathon's gonna start off like, again, on that back foot, bro. Gonna start off rough. If they don't cancel it, pull the plug on it, give them 2-3 years, and it's probably gonna be at a spot where people are gonna be like, yo, this game's pretty cool. Yeah, having a good time with this game. Why do we not like this game? Like, that's kind of where I feel like it's gonna be. But again, they can release it, and then in 6 months after they release it or whatever, Sony or Bungie just like, yeah, it's not worth it, and they pull the plug. I don't fucking know. I don't know that, but that's where I'm at. Either way though, it's definitely like, if it wasn't looking good before, oh shit. Yeah, I don't know, but like I said before, I'm still interested just purely from like a performance basis now. Like, there's a lot of paths this game could go down, and I'm very interested to see what happens. Me personally, look, I still like the art style for what it is, what it's turned into. You know, I'm on board with like the gameplay and all that stuff. I'm on board with like the story or narrative they're trying to spin. I'm on board with a lot. I'm on board with pretty much all the like major aspects of the game, early, unfinished, whatever you want to call it. I'm still pretty much on board, so I will be checking it out just because of a pure interest standpoint. And I'm also gonna be keeping my ear to the ground, checking it out, being involved with shit like this, because I want to see what happens after it releases. I need to know what happens after this shit releases, bro. Like, it could have the biggest comeback story on the planet, or it could crash and burn. Hey, I got the popcorn ready, bro. I'm here for it. And again, like I said, the whole reason I'm here is just because like I feel like at a time Marathon was getting a lot of unfair shakes. Now, hey, you know, I can't defend them ripping shit. I can't do that. Not me. But yeah, like I said, even if you think the game is cool right now, I still want to give a spot for people who think the game is cool to talk about it and not get shit on. That's just where I'm at as a whole, you know. That's all I want my channel to be, is like a spot for people to come and talk about games that they like that's on the channel and not get shit on, you know. Constructive or positive. That's all I want to do at the end of the day, bro. Don't bring that bullshit over here. We can talk about the game being in the shitter right now. That's totally different. But like, you taking it out back and shooting it in the head, no, I can't have that here. I can't have that here. We'll let Bungie or Sony do that if that's what they want to do. We will just be there to either hand them the ammo or or shield the dog. I don't know, bro. I don't know, right? I just am not a fan of shitting on games and calling them dead before they come out, or just really in general. I'm not a fan of that. That's, you know, because at the end of the day, there's always gonna be someone that likes it or whatever, right? If it's not for you, it's not for you. Move on to the next thing. We live in a time where more than enough games for you to play in your own backlog and live off that shit for a century easily. So if you hate the fucking game, cool. Hate it, just don't come over here and hate it. Or if you hate it but like want to see it do better, be constructive. That's all I ask, right? And if you've been on the channel and any time, you know I'm Mac blasting all dumb shit. So hey, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to come over here, share some of my thoughts about the scenario. I'll probably do like a breakdown video of the live stream, just because they did put some good like gameplay nuggets in there, and I'm still going to cover the game, because crash and burn or raise the glory like Phoenix from the ashes, I'm going to be here for it. So hey, yeah, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Please be civil. I'm Mac blasting all dumb shit, you know. I just want to hear people talk about some stuff in a respective manner, good, constructive, or positive, whatever, right? But let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to give it a like. If you want to see more of me or more shooter gameplay, shooter videos, I make a lot of videos on shooter games. So if you want more of that, be sure to hit that big red subscribe button for your boy. It's gonna be an interesting one, y'all. So let's see what happens. I'll catch y'all on the next one.